Hi guys, it's Tracy from We Craft at Home, and as you can see I am going back through the old Tattered Lace magazines that we've had. As you can see, I've downloaded all my magazines now, and I've got all the issues here of the magazines in folders. So what I thought I'd do, seeing as it's July, I would start off doing a Christmas one. So I've written down all the ones that have got Christmas, where the issues have got Christmas in them, in case you wanted to know. I know some of you haven't got from issue 1. If you did get the first 12, then you'd have got the Christmas special, which is obviously, for me, that's like the best one. But also issues 7, 8, 12 and 19 do have Christmas parts in them. So like I said, I've downloaded all of my magazines. If you're not sure how to do it, then you can check it out on a previous video I've done to show you how to do it, and that is up here. I will put the details up there for you to follow. I'll also put them in the description. So what I want to do, rather than doing actual whole projects, is take parts of each one so that we learn how to use what we've got, because there's so much there really is. So to be fair, for anyone that hasn't got the first 12, I will do ones from issue 19 as well, although the first 12 are probably more packed with detail, if I'm being honest. I do want to do one from the Christmas special. I'd like to do more than one from the Christmas special, but I love the Christmas special. So from that, I am going to actually do, I'm going to open it so I can show you this one. It's called Singing Together, and it's a bow-shaped card, but I'm going to do a few changes because that's me. I'm not sure about the blue colour, although I guess it goes with ice with the penguins, so maybe I will. We'll get on to that later when I get over to the craft desk. I just wanted to show you a little bit of what I'm doing. So I'm going to be doing this one. Obviously I'm going to change it. I think I want the penguins in the middle, and I might do a nice big sign behind just to give it a bit of height. But we shall see. But that's the first one I'm doing anyway, and it's called Singing Together, and it is Project 5. And then after that, in issue 8, I love the midwinter section. You see it comes up big. You can even make it smaller like that. I love all the midwinters, all of them actually. If we go through page by page. So what I'm going to do, I love, where is it? I love the design of this card. I think a bit of acetate to support it though. I remember making this when it came out and it was a bit too flimsy for me, so I would put acetate in the middle just to give it a little bit of extra support. Obviously we won't be using the poppy papers because we're going to make it Christmassy, but I do love the style. So we've got these ones that are just kind of centre steppers, and I do love centre stepper 4, but further on, look at these cute ones, and I love the polar bear. I love this one, but I think I'd done this one when it actually came out, so I don't want to do it again. Penguins we're already doing, so I didn't want to do that. I love this one though. And I thought if we could transfer that onto a different style of card, then we're playing about and working things out differently. So we will try that. That one's cute too, but I think it's that one I'm going to use. But then I think, if I'm not wrong, there's another load. There. The animals. Just adore them. And I like them all, so I'm not sure which ones I'm going to be using. I was thinking I could do the polar bear with a wolf and a stag and sort of work it out on that card design. So that might be what I'm doing, because you've got to have a stag at Christmas. And I do have a thing for wolves. So I might sort of play around, get a bit of everything, and go from there. So that's so issue 8, yes. And then in issue 12, the Sweet Moments. Oh, they're adorable. The Sweet Moments. So let's just... Okay, I do like just the basic card like that. The easel one I really like, but if we keep going, 2 and 4 I've put. So that's 2, isn't it? Yeah, 2 and 4. I like the grid design. What I was thinking though, I'm sure plenty of you have, I know I have, plenty of dies that I could use. And just use the toppers on top of the die rather than cutting out, because sometimes cutting out something as fine as that can be a nightmare. So I was going to go through my dies and see if there was anything I could use in place of that, because I do like the style of it. Yeah, but I think I prefer to use dies, and I've got plenty of them as well. So don't forget, you can use all parts of your crafting. You don't have to stick to just doing SVGs. Okay, so that's for that one. Oh, DT41. So the design teams. Yeah, look at that. So this is the design team's idea. But that's doing sunshine. But that little fawn there would look adorable with the Christmas stuff as well. That's why I was looking at that. You could change it round. Do some snowflakes instead of sunflowers. It's very similar though to the poppy card that I wanted to do in the issue 8, so I was a bit up and down about that. So we'll close that, and then what's we got left? Issue 19. So 19 wasn't as great. I don't know if you remember, towards the end of it, the magazine kind of lost its kapow. So I like the Christmas tree, and I did do quite a few of these when the magazine came out. I remember I did like this. So I've noted. Let me just go down one more so we can get the whole page. I remember doing this card. It was very simple actually, and I loved it. But I don't want to keep doing the same cards. That shows you how you can break it down. I think that's if it's the die though, because I've done this card as well and I loved it, and I made it easier because they do a lot of layers. You don't need that many layers. So I did tone down the layers, to be fair. I really like this. I like the tree, and I have a snowflake background die that I could use. So I am considering this card because I love it. I think that's on my list. Yes. I've put this one as well because I like the style of the card itself, the card shape. We could do whatever we wanted with it, but I do like considering the card shape but putting something else in its place. There's a lot of Christmas in this one. I do like that Merry Christmas, I'm going to be honest. I like the idea of this, just a simple bow with the green. Not sure about the snowflake background. So this I done as well, and I loved that actually. I did do that one. Not sure I like the dove or whatever it's meant to be. So just remember, as you're going through, there'd be loads of card shapes. I mean, this This one down here. Simple again. It'd be nice maybe with a From Our House to Yours. I do love that for Christmas. I've done this one as well before, and again it was nice. You can see any of the things I've done before will be in previous videos that are already on my YouTube site. This is good as well, just a present. It's a nice idea. Festive Delight, that's quite nice as well. So there's a few ideas again. I've shown you how to heat emboss, so you've just got the embossing powder. That took me ages actually. I found an easier way of doing it because I just couldn't seem to work it the way they were showing you on here. It took me ages, but I have found a different way that's nicer and easier. Okay, so that's all the ones I went through. As you can see, we've got 24 magazines. I'm sure we're going to be able to work some magic through all of them. And then I've got all my issues here ready and waiting. So then we will go over to canvas and have a bit of fun on there. Again, it's just printing, well, putting it on there, cutting it out and printing. You want to change the color, you just want to, you don't have to use the, let me just, sorry, I'm going to go back and just pick the Christmas special. So that's the projects. I want to do Singing Together. If you do the project files, you don't have to use all the charisma. I usually put pictures there, but so the bow charisma I wouldn't, this bit I wouldn't use. I would just use a colour. Definitely wouldn't put it on, I wouldn't use the colour of this, because that's where I would use the Minecraft Studio and just take what I want and put it all on one sheet. It saves a lot of space, because they do take up a lot of space on these, and I've shown you in previous videos how to do that, so I don't want to keep going over the same stuff. So you know, you just take it into the program, the Minecraft Studio program, that's this one here, and you can just crop or use the scissors and go round the bits that you want to keep, and you save yourself a lot of space and a lot of paper doing it that way. And then, because I think that's what this first one is, yeah, see, you really do not need to cut the actual colour out. I don't think you don't need to print out and do the colour. You can just choose any colour card and use the stash files for the back of the bow. So it's things like that where you can save yourself, I think. Anyway, I will see you over at the craft table once I've cut everything out that I want, and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so as you can see, I'm over at the craft desk. I'm going to start off with the penguin card, and I just wanted to show you, if you've got the videos, she tells you to do the glitter yourself, and I just wanted to show you a quick way of doing it. I do have a video if you want to look at all the different ways of doing it. I'm going to do it the quick way with spray. So let me just show you. I've got one of my old tonic kit boxes that I use as my glue tray, I guess is the way to look at it. And I'm just going to put them all in so that I can spray them all, the bits that I want to spray. It's so handy, this trick, if you've got a certain shade of glitter that you want. Belongs in that stack. That you can't get, then this is ideal as well. So you first of all make sure it's well not insulated, aired. You've got a nice airy. So all you're going to do is spray it. It's going to blow, but okay, then you're going to leave that for a few minutes, and I'm just going to get prepared with the other, not a few minutes, but leave it just to settle a little bit. And then I went to the Indigo Blue open day and I bought myself some of these sparkles. Let me see if it's better in. Can you see how sparkly that is? Another great thing to use for this is the Pin Flare. Of course I've got to talk about Pin Flare. Pin Flare Ice, because it looks genuinely like ice. So if you're trying to get a snowy background, they do snow and ice, but the ice crystals, oh my goodness, I adore them, and I've got lots of it. So I've got the big pot, but they also do, they were doing yard sale, they were doing tiny little pots which were perfect, and they were great. Okay, so now I've got a bit of paper, and I'm just going to, oh, stunning sparkle on this. You don't necessarily have to sparkle this if you don't want to. It's just, it's Christmas, you got to glitter. So I'm just going to make sure there's no areas that's just glue and no glitter. Like there. Before I put the glitter away. And there we go. Tell you what, this is the sparkliest glitter I've seen, and I saw her do a couple of things at the open day with it, which is what made me actually buy it, because I've got so much glitter. But can you see that? I don't know if you can. There we go, look. So that is the easiest way for a sparkle. Get yourself a box. It's reusable, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put them to the side while I put the glitter away. And then glue spray is almost instantly dry, so we haven't got to wait long either. And like I said, if you put any colour you want on it, or you put this on any colour card, then you get your own choice of glitter colour, instead of spending a fortune on glitter card. Okay, so that's that. And now I cut everything out in white because I don't want the solid colour like they were showing you. I want it to be very light, and I was trying to choose between using my Nouveau Hybrid, because the oxides I've only got Salty Ocean and I think it might be a bit much, but I've got the water if I want to tone it down. Let's just give it a go to start with. I don't want too much colour, so I'm going to so now you could spray the water, and I'm going to do it from high up because I just want a mist rather than. And once that starts activating and working, it hasn't activated as well as I would have liked, and I think it's because I had glue on my fingers and it's gone everywhere, so my advice for that is don't do that. So anyway, the next thing you need to do is stick on your glitter pieces over the top of it. But while I've got it out, I am just going to use the spray because it's going to be easier to stick. And then what we need to do is stick these two tabs together like so. Now, I prefer always using wet glue. That's just always been my first choice. I go between the Nouveau Deluxe and bookbinding glue, but I've got to be honest, the bookbinding one is 100% my favourite. I'm going to grab a couple of pegs so it can all stick together. So it's just end to end like that, and then I'm going to peg it because of the glitter and using wet glue. You could use red tape. I'm not a lover of tape. I think it very often comes undone when it gets humid, or, you know, say at Christmas with the radiators on, chances of them coming undone are greater with tape as far as I'm concerned. And then you want to stick the front to the back like this. Stick it directly over, but you're only sticking the very top. Do that with both of them. So then what we need to do is stick one on top of the other. I'll go back with the glue then, like that. Don't worry about the mess you're making, because we can cover that afterwards. Actually, I like it at a bit of an angle, maybe. Keeps moving. Okay, I kind of like it if we do it at a bit of an angle. There we go. And then we're going to stick these two underneath and the back once it's nicely glued. And the reason that we've coloured it is so that it's not just white behind. And then we can do that. So then, oh, almost lost his light. I found a die I had of an igloo and I thought I could put that on there. All I'm going to do is get my brush and just so that it can stand out on the glitter. I've cut it out of an old piece of glitter card I had, and I'm just going to go using all the ink left over. Waste not, want not. Oh, no, that's okay. So we can have an igloo on one side and the penguins on the other. Because the doorway is facing that way, I will put the penguins here. And then I'm just going to make sure the light sticks like that. That was a silly thing to do, wasn't it? Now, when you're sticking to glitter, it honestly is a nightmare to find something that will stick well to the glitter. In my opinion, the only thing that works really well is Pinflair glue gel. But if you're going to use Pinflair glue gel, you need to give it a lot of time to dry. So, I know you can get the syringes, but I prefer actually the old-fashioned way of cocktail sticks and just using it straight from here. I have more control over it, so it depends what you've got more control with. So it will stick, but you've just got to wait for it to dry, because obviously it's not like so. We'll put the penguins on, and then I'm just going to put a tiny bit there. Maybe I'll use, because you don't have to use it as 3D. Oh, I need to wrap first. Now, I didn't cut out the bit. I didn't cut out just the plain white bit that they use for wrapping, because I've got, so this is my, it's actually Pinflair again. I'm not doing it on purpose, honestly. So this is my Pinflair stash from the yard sale, where I go and just load up on all the pretty stuff she has, and she's always selling it off so cheap, it's really worth doing. Is that the only blue I've got? Just wondering. So I've got this nice white ribbon that we could wrap around. If we put these on top maybe as well, and then it just makes it look pretty, I think. So we'll do that. I'm only using the tiniest bit of each. If you've never been to a pin flare yard sale, you don't know what you're missing. I mean, I think I got this whole bag of ribbons, which I adore. They're so nice, for a couple of £1. And I think I got all these for like £3 or something ridiculous. It's always really silly prices for everything. Okay, so I'm going to use the glue gel again, but I'm just going to put a little bit on there, a little bit on there. Again, red tape does work, but I feel like sometimes it comes undone and then it ruins all that effort you've put in. So if you can be patient, the glue gel works the best and it does not come undone. So. Okay, so as you can see, glue gel is messier, but I think it is better in the long run. So that will be the card finished. Like that. It's too wet at the minute and the pegs are too heavy. And then I've got this. I think I might have got it from Temu. But it's, so I thought the Merry Christmas. I've got the die to cut out the band as well. And then that can go along the bottom. So that will be card number 1 done. Okay. I'm just going to clean up and get ready for the next one. So next I want to do 2 really quick cards using the bow theory that they had in the magazine. I've lost my book, I can't remember. So for the first one, I just wanted to show you what I used. I used Paper Boutique Christmas Buddies backing paper. Yeah, so I actually used a backing paper for that, and it is very, very straightforward, this one. So I'm just going to leave them white. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. Just so that it stands out a little bit, I'm going to use a bit of hickory smoke. Okay, so I can be using the just this one, I just want it touching the edges, just so that it can stand out a little bit. I did consider using the spray glue again, and just going to clean that off so I don't make another mess. Covering it in foil or gilding flakes, so you could do that with one of the bows, but for now I'm trying to keep this simple, where you don't use anything mixed media with these two, so that they're really simple. So we need to stick that on there. So it's just one tail coming down, and I think that looks kind of sweet. And then again, all you need to do now is your sentiment. And I was looking at the same pack that I had previously, and I think just one of them, maybe Deck the Halls or Merry and Bright, Sparkle and Shine, although because we haven't used glitter, but I think something like that is all you need, and it's a very simple card. It's great for a batch make. And there, so that's number one. And then for the second one, I have, so my cut-offs are always, so you see I've got this extra, that will go in there. I've always got a bag of cut-offs. This is my Christmas one. So I went through my Christmas cut-offs, deciding what to use. And I did decide on black and white. Again, I'm not going to use any sparkle. I wasn't sure which side to use because I like both of them, but these are double-sided. These papers were from the works, and it was a black and white Christmas. But I think snowflakes. With this bow, I've used the other tails. I'm not going to stick it together, I'm just going to show you what I've done because you don't need to see it. So all I'm doing is putting that there. Don't forget, you can make the bow smaller, and then the bow, make it the same way we made the previous one. Like I said, I won't do it, but it's basically so you have got just a bow like that, a nice black and white card, and again a sentiment if you want to, or maybe if you've got a down sentiment, that might look nice down there. But again, a very simple card, just using a bow. I'll put it together afterwards and put pictures on, but that's that one. Okay, so I'll clear up and do the next one. Okay, I'm going to make this the last one, although I've done several more. I couldn't stop. I'm going to make this the last one. So this is the one with the Christmas tree and the snowflakes, where I said I've got my die, so I just cut it out already in glitter card. I made up my own background using, I've got not a lot left, but I've got some gold. I put mica powder into water and spray for myself there. And this is, it is called Beryl Swirl. And this is, I just got this in this month's, so July's craft kit. It's a Christmas one, so that came with it. And so this is what I've used, as well as some shimmer powder that's tonic as well. And I just made a background. So how I've done that, in case you don't know, I put some of the shimmer spray, some of the gold down, put some of the mica powder down, and then sprayed it all, and then just plonked that on top, and that is what I got. I also plonked the tree on, the background of the tree. Actually, I wonder if you can see the shimmer, because it's just, look, isn't it gorgeous? Yeah, so the idea here, we're going to have just that as the background, and I'm going to use I love making my own backgrounds. Saves a bit of printing, and I'm sure you've all got plenty of stuff to make it with, whether it be the distress inks, shimmer powders, any of the bottles of stuff from Tonic or wherever you get yours from. Pinflair do loads as well, obviously, and you can just play around with it. I have got way too much, so I do need to use it more. So I've put that background down, and now all I want to do, I'm going to do it the other way round, because on the video they've done it side to side. I'm doing top and bottom, and then I'm going to put the Christmas tree and then a sentiment. So I'm just going to bend that round a little bit. And I'm going to put it just off to the side a little bit. Because then all I want to do after that is put a little sentiment there. And that is another card done, simply. Just using all the different bits, changing it up a bit, because I do like to change it up. I like to take ideas and mix them all together. Very quickly, I will show you another card I was gonna do, but I just think we're running out of time, taking too long. My videos are too long as it is. So I cut out all the animals because I love them all. And then I found I had some little trees and then bigger trees, and I was going to build up like a winter wonderland and have the animals in and out of the trees, and then just put on there walking in a winter wonderland. That was the idea for that one. I wasn't sure whether to use the poppy card, or I did cut out this one, but it's confusing me. So kind of, I don't know what this strip is for. Maybe I should watch the video, but so it's meant to be like a book. So I was debating whether to use that one or the poppy card style that I showed you when we was looking through the magazine. And just one more thing, this is the wipe that I used to wipe up the very first project with the penguins, but it's all sparkly and light blue. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. So that I'm going to save and use it on another project because I like it and it looks a bit rustic. Okay, just as an extra hint, tip, whatever. I think that's all the cards you need to see. So I've done I've done a few cards. I think I've done plenty enough. So I held that together just while the pin flare. To make it actually grab, you need about 20 minutes, and then you can take the pegs off. But then you just got to be patient while it dries completely. And there we go. That's the penguin card, all dry mostly. I will stick the gems on afterwards. I might stick a giant gem instead actually, but we'll have a look at that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I will be doing more, not all Christmas. It's just because, you know, it's July. That's when we do our Christmas. So I've opened up doing a whole week of different Christmas projects, and then we'll get back to normal next week. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.